mean, who isn't gay?
A lot of people.
Oh, okay, woohoo! I'll get the trumpets out, sorry.
Happy Pride, guys. Welcome to my rainbow-coloured book vlog, where the only agenda is gay. Today I'm reading two new queer releases. One of them is about a hot, haunted, state-engineered assassin who's supposed to kill a poor girl, but she ends up catching feelings. The other is about a dragon slayer from an empire that worships conquest and a queen named Lady Suki who may or may not be harboring something scaly and sacred. There will be secrets, there will be death matches, and there will not be any heterosexuals in sight. So I'm starting with Brighter Than Scale, Swifter Than Flame by Neon Yang. This is a sapphic fantasy novella. It's about Yeva, a dragon slayer from the Sun Empire who wears so much armor she's basically a walking emotionally repressed pressure cooker. She's sent to the mysterious kingdom of Quan Bao, where dragons are suspiciously not being murdered. Her mission is to investigate, slay, conquer. However, she has her problem. Said problem is Lady Suki, a queen who is beautiful, reserved, suspiciously calm, and who may or may not be hiding a giant secret, and who makes Yeva question whether maybe, just maybe, not every problem should be stabbed. This novella is about empire identity and unexpected queer softness. It's about what happens when you arrive ready to fight, and instead, someone offers you understanding, a cup of tea, and a reason to take off your armor both metaphorically and literally. The tropes in this are sapphic adversaries to lovers, duty versus desire, who's the real monster, and armor as emotional repression. I thought this was okay. It felt very much like a cozy fantasy. There wasn't much action and the stakes felt quite low. The romance itself also lacked chemistry for me. Yeva as a very cold, emotionally repressed, stoic character, it didn't work. It almost hardly ever works. I need some passion, I need some emotion, I need some vulnerability, I need some pizzazz. I'm not great with characters who keep everything close to the chest, even with their internal monologue, and she was just too much soldier of the state, no personality, no identity for me. And yeah, like I said, the romance between them, it felt a bit meh. I also wanted more dragons. More dragons, please. It's like, a lot of my gripes with these dragon books is there's not enough dragons, and it was the case with this one. But I thought it was an okay read. Then we have Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reed. This is a sapphic dystopian romance. Think soggy Hunger Games, but one of them is an emotionally repressed assassin and the other is a debt-ridden taxidermist just trying to survive. You have Inessa. She taxidermies small animals, avoids confrontation, and tries not to think too hard about the fact that her hypochondriac mother sold her into a death match to settle some healthcare and frivolous spending debt. Now she's in the gauntlet, a brutal televised fight to the death orchestrated by the authoritarian city-state Ceres, think the capital. Enter Melano, a surgically enhanced, emotionally calcified Ceres enforcer with one job: kill Inessa. She's everything Inessa isn't. Sharp, trained, and loyal to the regime. At least at first. Once they're both thrown into the gauntlet, which is all propaganda, pain, and public spectacle, something strange happens. Melano hesitates. Inessa resists, and soon it's less stab or be stabbed and more I'm going to protect you even if it kills me, and it probably might. Fable for the End of the World is a queer dystopian deathmatch where love is inconvenient, survival is unlikely, and the real enemy is a state propaganda machine. I have to let Blue in, she's scratching. Come on, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. She's so cute. She does not like being left out. The tropes in this one are enemies to lovers, forced proximity, deadly games for public consumption, authoritarian hell state, debt as chains, and once again, emotional repression. These sapphic ladies love to repress these emotions. This book was not for me. I didn't like it. I felt it was very derivative.
Derivative?
It really felt like a gay Temu version of the Hunger Games. The romance in this one was insta love and once again really unsatisfying. I think for me, I don't like when one of the characters is so emotionally repressed. I think it's just something now I've come to realize after reading 2 books in a row where one of the love interests is just not giving much, you know, like brick wall kind of situation, and it makes it feel like there's no zing zang zing bing bada boom. Yeah, there's no spice, there's no flavor, there's no passion. I need both people to play with each other. I can handle quiet, reserved people, but these emotionally repressed, stoic, killing machine types, less so. I also found like it had a lot of plot holes and inconsistencies. Melano, who's this trained killing machine, gets taken down by a 16-year-old boy. Said 16-year-old boy is also probably the most interesting character in this book, which should not have been the case. It should have been the 2 main scifi characters that were the bi, but they were not. The brother, way more interesting, would have preferred him to be the lead. There was also a lot of setup about certain things, where their missing dad might be, possible other communities, and it went nowhere. It was just lots of loose threads that were left to just flap about in the breeze. I also thought the ending sucked. It was very unsatisfying. I don't know if it's trying to set up for another book, but regardless, not enjoyable. I have read a lot of Ava Reid books, and the only one I liked is Juniper and Thorn. So I think Ava Reid and I are going to part ways from here on out, because every other book I've read has been a 3 or less, and yeah, it's just not my style. I didn't want to leave this queer reading vlog with 2 books that I thought were mid or less than mid, so I'm going to give you some queer honourable mentions of books that I really do love. All right, now on to the mentions. We've got The Fireborne Blade by Charlotte Bond. Knight meets dragon meets hot magical lady in distress. It's giving sapphic questing and inconvenient feelings. It's a lesbian lady knight and dragon mayhem. Then we have Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. Pure serotonin in graphic novel form, 2 boys, and infinite blushing. The Knight and the Butcherbird by Alex E. Harrow. Decadent, feral, morally flexible. A knight, a demon, a monstrous devotion. Open Throat by Henry Hoke. This is a stream of consciousness queer mountain lion in LA. The narrator is an animal who's deeply lonely and obsessed with humanity. And then we have This Fatal Kiss by Alicia Jasinska. Slavic folklore meets polyamorous romantasy in a magical town. A water nymph, an exorcist, and a mysterious young man walk into a bathhouse and fall in love. So what have we learned? That sometimes the odds are stacked against you, but they can be overcome by queer love, emotional growth, and sheer main character energy. This pride, may your swords be sharp, your armor be optional, and your hearts open to love. Today's perfume is Eilish by Billie Eilish. The top notes are sugared petals, red berries, and mandarin, and the opening is syrupy like fruit-infused powdered sugar melting on warm skin. We then have vanilla cacao, spicy accord, and soft rose. The vanilla is creamy and custard-like, almost edible, and then it's got a whisper of dusty cocoa and a ghost of spice. The rose lingers quietly underneath, not so much floral as it is a vintage lipstick note. We have then amber, tonka bean, musk and woods, which gives it a dry down that is very cozy and sensual, like skin wrapped in cashmere. The musk is clean. The amber tonka pairing gives it a slow caramelized fade. It is a very delectable scent. Initially, my first reaction was that it smells like Vanilla Kisses body spray. This was my scent when I was a tween. I briefly messed around with the Spice Girls one, but the Vanilla Kisses, that was my jam. And when I was wearing this scent, I was standing in line and someone said to their partner behind me, "What's that amazing smell? It smells like baked pastries." That was me. I smelled like freshly baked pastries. It is very delicious. The book that I'm pairing with it is Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. There's banter, steam, and a heat that lingers, but it still feels emotionally grounded and cozy. It's a leather jacket meets small town bakery, flirtation in every glance, vanilla and spice, but make it sapphic. Today's activity, well, not today's, I'm not going out in this rainbow outfit because the activity is actually tomorrow evening, and I'm taking you with me to the Rising Festival in Melbourne, which is a whole bunch of different events. I am personally going to the disco in the State Library of Victoria. I'm very excited. There's also a few things on in the alleyways, I believe. So I'll be taking you with me to finish off the vlog with that event.
Hey, Munchkin. Another little munchkin. Another little munchkin.
Okay guys, it is time. Tonight I am going to the disco in the library to see bits and pieces of the Rising Festival. My BFF Kim has gone down with COVID. There's like a wave of it going around right now in Melbourne, so she's not coming. I've asked my sister to come, but she's also got chronic health issues, so she's not sure if she'll have the spoons. It's going to be a last minute thing. She's going to try and get ready. If she can make it out the door, she will. If not, I'm just going to do this solo. So let's go check out what the Rising Festival's got to offer and have a dance in the bibliothèque. Super cool event, but I really think that this is the sort of thing you need to come to people with. It's basically a nightclub inside the library, but yeah, I think I'm going to head off in a minute because I had a little bit of a dance, but I'm not super into dancing on my own. Super queer friendly, like massive queer community percentage here this evening. But yeah, I'm going to call it a night soon. I just wish I'd had someone to come with me.
Gay is in, gay is hot. I want some gay, gay it's gonna be.